I want to talk to you today about the way Source communicates with us. Because I have a lot of friends in the spiritual community, and there's a vocabulary that kind of goes along with being in that type of environment that doesn't necessarily translate to the, we'll say, normal individual. And I want to put some clarity on some of these things for those of you who are thinking that those of us who are so connected and have these great abilities to communicate and translate messages from God or the angels or spirit guides or higher self or whatever you want to label it as. These are things that every single person has the ability to do and often is doing without the awareness, or let's say the conscious awareness, that that is what's happening. So I'd like to put some clarity on that today. For those of you who feel like that doesn't happen to you, because it does happen. It happens to all of us. You cannot not be connected to Source. Source is everything and everywhere, omnipresent. So you cannot not be connected to that which is. There are ways that some of us have found to tune in more intently, with intention, that perhaps others have not. But that's the only difference. The only difference is that we're practiced at it. These things are not new for me, because since the time I was a teenager, I have been working with individuals who have been involved in the spirituality and practicing some of these techniques to become more in tune, to become more aware. And so I've got, 30 some years experience in working in this environment and working with God or with Source or your higher self or the angels or whatever label we want to put on it. To me, it doesn't matter what label you use. There is a connection that we all have, because we're not separate from it. We are it also. So some people talk about how I hear things, I see things, I just know things, I feel things. And this is just normal stuff that has been paid attention to. So you are no different than anyone else. You just maybe have not been practicing these things to the extent that some others have been blessed with this immediate ability to do it. You think that, but in reality is they've just never lost that connection that they had coming into the world in the first place. We're convinced somewhere along the line that the things that we see or feel or know or whatever are not real or true, and somewhere down the road we start realizing, hey, those folks, they just didn't know. They just didn't know what they didn't know, right? So I'm just wanting to give clarity to those who are either new on this path, those who are within the spiritual community and the spiritual movement, who don't yet have the awareness that this stuff is here for all of us. We each have our own unique way of connecting, or actually, because we're always connected, that having the realization, the actualization, the awareness that that we are connected and being communicated with and guided and loved. And so just know that it comes with practice and it comes with intent. So if you set an intention that you're going to make it a practice to try to be more aware, then really all we're saying is you're going to be paying attention. Pay attention. Realize that there's more to life than the grind, than moving through those motions of making your life happen, the getting up and going to work, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, those daily grind things. That is not your life. That's just part of the experience that you're having. There's way more to you, and there's way more to your life. There's way more potential for you to feel alive, feel connected, if you just start setting some intentions and making some practices. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but meditation, I'm going to tell you, meditation is one of the top ways of finding that connection within you, because when you meditate, you're slowing yourself down, you're becoming more present, and that's when you start having those awarenesses that Source is all around us and communicating in multiple ways all day long. You just didn't have your awareness on it prior. So you don't have to go all woo-woo and off the deep end and think those people out there are somehow special and that's why they get to see, hear, know, feel things that perhaps you have been thinking that you have not. You are thinking and feeling. There's no way you could be in this world and not have these experiences. You're having these experiences. Maybe you don't have the vocabulary. Maybe you don't have the understanding. Maybe you don't have the awareness yet. But it's happening to you too. And if you want to dive deeper into some of those things and some of the experiences that you're having, and you need someone to reach out to and talk to, please send me a message and let's connect.